Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Friday, January 30th, 2026. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Welcome to the pre-market video here. Our top story here this morning: President Trump picks Kevin Warsh as the next Fed chair. You can see right here the Truth Social post that was posted here. I am pleased to announce that I am nominating Kevin Warsh to be the chairman of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. So there you have it. The new Fed chair has been tapped as Kevin Warsh. And if you had that on your Polymarket ticket there, you scored big, because last night I think it was trading at about 25% when the news hit. What does this do to stocks? What does this do to the markets? Well, first, gold, silver have both crashed, at least for now. And we'll take a look at the broader equity futures as well. Let's take a look right now. For the most part here, looking at the ES, what you're seeing right now, an initial reaction to the downside, a rotation back up here, overnight range here, relatively wide, 95% of average range already heading into the RTH open. One thing you'll notice right here, inside day right now, previous session with a huge high range session, stop run day down, and then made it back to the day's midpoint and close near the mid, not quite on the mid, but near it. That is usually an indication that the next session could be an inside day, perhaps even a wide-ranging inside day. We're getting that right now. This market could be digesting the news right here. You can see so far from the Fed day here on Wednesday, we've seen an initial downward reaction, at least initially. What does this market do here now heading into February? This is the last trading day of January, and we have compressed in a big way here for the most part, mostly in some of these other markets like the NQ, the YM, very, very compressed. Those are really, really ready for some movement. This one's built up to an edge as well. Are we going to see a high range February? That is very, very likely. Looking at the NQ, inside day here as well so far. Mostly a high range inside day, 87% of ADR heading into the RTH open. The previous session, high range, sell off, back to the day's midpoint. That creates kind of a big range there where price can stay within that range for a while and kind of build some energy, digest current prices, and then we see some movement. But again, that level right there, the previous quarter's high, we talked about how would the market respond once we got to that level. I know we were through 26K so far, an initial reaction back to value below. All right, looking at crude oil, this one continues to explode to the upside here. You're seeing a big time continuation into our target zone of 65 to 66. That's our third target here for the quarter. That was our final target as of the January market outlook. We mentioned any pullback to defend 56 to 57 opens up 60, 65. Once we get there, the next pullback opens up 63. We bust through 63. We open up 65 to 66. So those have been acquired already as of the first month of the year. But now that we have this key range here, that key range and impulse move would suggest 69 ahead. So the next pullback could be an opportunity for a continuation to 69 up ahead for crude oil. Looking at gold, look at that day. Back-to-back 500-point sessions. The previous session was 500 points of range and a big, big rejection and range day there. And then today, 517 points of range heading into the RTH open. A huge response to the Fed chair pick here. A big time rotation back to the 5,000 level below after topping out at 56.26 yesterday. Big time movement here. Back to back 200, actually back to back three back to back days of 200+% of ADR days. Those are significant statistical events there. This is big. This is what we talked about before. Once we find that high, do we get that impulse pullback? This is the impulse pullback. Now we get a bounce. We hit the midpoint of that range, and we have ourselves a key range, and we can do business for a while. 5,000, 5,500 to 5,600 right in that zone. That could be the next range for a while with an upward bias. Or if we fail at 5,000, you start to open up a rotation to 4,500. That's the framework ahead for gold. Silver, massive 12% pullback here as well. We won't cover this in detail, but of course, those two markets, big time strength, big time 200+% of ADR days. Those are setting the ranges here now for what could be a distributive type of move moving forward. All right, looking at the YM. Tepid response to the YM right now. Not the biggest movement. This is about as compressed as it gets on a monthly time frame here for the month. You know, you had your first 3-day move of the year. You topped out day 4 there, and that ever since has been your range for the rest of the month for this market. So a lot of compression, and that compression will feed likely into a big time breakout month up ahead. We'll talk about directional conviction here with our PivotBoss pivots here as we head into our trading room session later on. But the trend remains up. A pullback could still lead to a continuation on a buy. But you start to really fail, say, at 48K on a pullback. That's what opens up the potential for a broader pullback up ahead. So we'll see how this one plays out heading into February. Looking at Bitcoin, I mentioned before, be careful with Bitcoin. Be careful with Bitcoin. Until we can push through 100K and see a transition phase, we are trending down in Bitcoin right now. 84K, the big level right here. If this thing pushes through 84K with some juice, and we're right there below it now, that could open up the next sell-off phase up ahead. That could be significant because that next sell-off phase could be 20, 30, 35,000 points. That's how much energy is in this range right now. How fast will it come out? Do we drop something like this down into 50,000 up ahead? This move right here from that pivot high would be equidistant to this move from that pivot high. That move right there is the same as that move right here. So there is some big time potential for some downside here. This 83, 84 zone right here is going to be very, very important for Bitcoin. All right, looking at ETH as the last one here, sitting right on the 2750 zone. That's also a very important zone for ETH. You start to fail there, you really open up some downside. Not just a 2150, but do you start to drop below 2000 in that case? So again, we're at support, but this thing has been in a downtrend. We've seen a lot of evidence for selling here. The recent FOMC key levels have gone hard offered right now. Those would all suggest a continuation lower, especially if the recent support levels and the previous quarter's low are all taken offered. That would open up quite a bit of downside ahead. All right, that'll do it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Please give me a big thumbs up. Please give me a share, subscribe, and of course, you can always find us in the PivotBoss Discord trading room, link in the description below. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.